Hi guys, it's your girl Adeolapatronne.
And it's me, Mariam Musa, and we're back with another episode of the Deadbeat podcast. I love the way you said Patron.
Babe, I am high off life right now.
Yeah, it's been a good couple of, a good week. We've been had like a non-stop, constant win.
It's been back to back.
But how has our weekend been? Because we spent quite a bit of time together this week, I'd say.
So we started, I guess, with, I don't even know where we started, but let's just start with Beyonce.
Yeah, guys, we went to the Beyonce concert. It was really good.
It was really good in terms of the experience of it. That was my first Beyonce concert.
Same.
But I'm not a fan of the album.
Yeah, I thought, same, I'm not. Like, I feel like I was a Beyonce fan, like, when she was up and coming and Destiny's Child, you know what I mean? But, like, Renaissance and Cowboy was when I tuned out.
Yeah.
And I think, I wasn't, do you know what I mean? But I think when I watched Beyonce, I just thought, she is who she says she is.
She is a performer. And me and Maz was just sitting there thinking, we should have never come to see a Beyonce concert, because now we're thinking of our tour and we're like, we want to swing off of something, maybe a car.
Yeah, we want to like fly across the crowd,
across the stadium.
Like we want to do even like a improv theatrical scene.
Yes,
stuff will be happening.
And
everyone
then,
will be coming out,
and then the movie at the back, like the TV screen, it will all play into a movie. So we're like, whoa, we've got some work to do.
100%. So we're really excited to obviously put that vision into life. But it was an amazing concert, and we couldn't believe how long she was performing for.
Guys, I think that's the longest I've ever seen an artist on stage, because all the other concerts I've been to, I think they've been like Afrobeat artists or like hip hop artists, and like they most likely come out late, and then when they are performing, it's literally like max an hour. And they have supporting acts as well.
It was all her, but her supporting act, babe, was her daughter.
Right.
Guys, Blue Ivy is, wow, that girl. I cannot believe that how to explain it, like, that Beyonce's my mother. So her standard of performance, her standard of everything, and you could really see how poised she is already. You could really see how she is with Rumi. She's very like professional. Like I had to give my hats out to like the whole family. Like, she's got a God-gifted talent, basically.
And of course, Maz started crying, guys, in the middle of the concert. Well, towards the end of the concert, and I was just like, I've never felt so like, like, ill, like, what is going on here? Like, you know when you get friendship icks? That was one of mine. I was like, babe, why are you crying?
An ick, babe? I was let me tell what I was crying.
What was going through your mind?
A lot was going through my mind, right? So I felt so much emotion. So as the reason why I started crying was when all her throwbacks, so there was a screen that had like videos of her when she was younger, her journey, and I really felt her journey, because I just felt like, wow, Beyonce, you've really been that girl from when you were young. You've always wanted to be a star. And then I also got really emotional, because I was thinking, like, she made it, like, she actually done what she wanted to do. She is who she thinks she is. And then I got more emotional because I kind of felt sorry for her. And this is where we go a bit deep, guys, because you guys know I'm a bit of a conspiracist. I don't really say conspiracist, I just think I'm woke. So you guys know I'm woke. And obviously, like, I was watching her, like, perform her soul, perform for the crowd. Like, this is what she
gives her
everything. And I was just thinking, something in me said, oh, do you know what? I feel like I need to pray for Beyonce. Like,
is she okay?
Is her like, as in, like, she's doing all this, she's giving to the world. Is her soul okay? And then this is where, for me, it went a bit left, where I thought, I was woke this whole time. So at the end of the performance, I don't know if she does this at every performance, but I thought it was weird. So this gold statue came out, guys. Like, for me, it just was given deity. A deity. If you know what a deity is.
What's a deity? If you don't know what a deity is.
A deity is basically like you're like an idol, like an idol you worship, and it was given that. I'm gonna see if we can put the clip in, because I was actually shocked by it. I couldn't believe how like bold she was about it. So it was this gold thing that came up at the end, and then they all was wearing their American flags, and they're all bowing down. Babe, did you see them bowing down to it?
I didn't see the bowing down bit.
I saw them like bowing down to it.
Yeah.
And then it was just giving, you do, you know, worship these things kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I got emotional because I just felt sad. It was just all the emotions. It was like, she's actually amazing. She's so talented. Like, and then it was like, oh, I hope her soul's okay. I really hope she knows what she's singing for and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, overall, I've got to give her accolades. Beyonce's who she thinks she is. And, even the energy. She was playing some of her old songs as well.
Yes, that's when I would get up.
You liked.
Yes.
Yeah. It was energy, man. And the bus, I had only done a limo when I was like, for my prom. And
that was the last time
I've done a limo. I've never done a limo before. I could do a limo now. We've done that again.
Yeah, it was fun with a good crowd.
Yeah, we had a good crowd. And it was a good mix of people as well, wasn't it? You made
was.
Friends with who?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I made friends with Made by Mitchell.
Yes.
Guys, he is my vibe. So we're getting Made by Mitchell to come to Dirty December. And he's already like, yeah, Dirty December, I'm coming. And we made plans. I was like, okay, we need to start getting you prepped. We're gonna go Enish, have some pounded yam, just get his mouth palette ready for Dirty December. So when you see Made by Mitchell and Dirty December,
she made it happen.
Right.
So Beyonce concert was good, but then guys, it wasn't even the Beyonce concert that was good. It was the after. I love Adeola. Like I don't know. We have fun. We have especially that fun. Little tipsy fun, like where you're just We got back to the hotel,
right? And
then luckily I was allowed to bring my dog, so I think we took my dog out with us, and then my wig basically underneath that.
You're not going to let us put a picture.
No.
Okay.
You can only see that picture on the head night.
Okay.
That's a funny picture.
Can I say what I saw?
Yeah, tell them what you saw.
So guys, obviously Maz had this hat on like all night. So
even on the way there, babe, as soon as I committed to my outfit and left the house, I committed to
She committed to the hat. It was part of the outfit. So when we was in the bathroom and then she took her hat off and then I think she made like a passing comment or something like, oh, like my wig, And I'm obviously it's gone over my head. And I've looked to the side and I've seen this girl. I have not seen a mountain like that on top of her head. Guys, the wig was so far back and it made her forehead look bigger than what it actually is.
But I think it's because of the sweat and the heat. It
made your head
bigger. Like, you know, imagine
like
something
metal.
tight, you know, something tight, and then the suction or the pressure, it was given light bulb head.
Yeah, it was given like, you know, in the cartoons where like they take someone's hat off and like their head is big or something.
Yeah, it was that.
It was given Mojo Jojo.
Oh yeah.
Is it Mojo Jojo? The one with the brain coming out.
Yeah, it was. It was hilarious though, because
we were crying.
It was really funny. We practiced our receipts podcast as well.
Guys, we be doing skits. Me and Maz were saying like we actually need to like, I don't know, just stop showing more of our skits, because we were just doing our skincare and we just started breaking into like, okay, let's practice for the receipts, because guys, we do have them as a guest on the pod, which is coming real soon, and it's a juicy ep. But obviously like we were both kind of nervous, so we was like, oh, let's just practice. So we was like, we basically had a podcast episode while doing our skincare, and guys, that was a good episode.
Yeah, you guys missed out, but the skits is made for us. I hope we can do proper skits in the future.
Same.
And then so yeah, after that Beyonce, we just had banter, we got food the next day, and then we shot. Like, we've been quite busy. And then you had Hair by Kelly's Masterclass. How did you find that?
That was so good. Because I was so tired, guys. I low-key was starting to fall asleep on the chair. And do you know what made me deep? I can only be a model for a masterclass for people I actually like Kelly's my girl. And do you know what it is? I just felt so good being around like boss energy. Like, you know, when your girls are making moves, and obviously it's like a whole different side for me. Like, obviously I have my friends in the industry, and Kelly's still part of the industry, but she's like the hairstylist side, and she's really established herself in that area. But obviously because we both met when we were both just grinding, and it's like, look how far you've come. Her first masterclass, that advert was sick. Like, people were really there like to take notes from her. Like, they're asking questions, like people that are sorry guys, Ez is in the studio.
Yeah guys, I'm so sorry.
He's had a long weekend.
Long week. You guys know Hunch is away for work, so it's just been me. So his routine's not there. I've got to work. He's got to come. Like, so if you hear crying, it's him. He's tired, and Mummy's got to work really quickly. So yeah, but go
on. So what was I saying? Yeah, like girls that are currently maybe nail techs and they're trying to transition over to being a hairstylist, or girls that are already hairstylists and just trying to up their game. And it's just like, nah, Kelly, like, you really made a name for herself.
I do apologise in advance, because Ez is sleeping now, so I might have to talk a bit more gently.
Okay.
But basically, I have a confession to make. So I posted I posted for my socials for like obviously announcing Popping the Balloon. We're going to be doing season 2, and I don't know if you guys noticed my hips were hipping during that period, and basically I wore my hip pads.
Yeah, guys. Do you know what? I didn't, because obviously I was busy, so I didn't actually see the story. But then when Maz showed it to me, I was like, oh, the hips are hipping. It looked like body and it was giving tea. But I was just like,
this isn't your body or tea.
this is not your, like, I guess, natural body.
No, and do you know what it is? I feel like I low-key miss being... You know when you're pregnant, when you're getting thicker, I miss the thickness. But basically,
babe, you were thick, but Maz just be always liking to take things too far.
So I had a nightmare last night, guys. So basically, I started overthinking. I was thinking, oh my god, maybe I shouldn't have worn my hip pads. Now people are gonna think that's my body. But I like the option, you know. I like that.
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? Especially when you've got them dressed. I don't think anything's wrong with hip pads. You know, I think as long as you're honest about it and it's like you know it's for a dress.
And sometimes it's just for a look.
Yeah, and I feel like it just looks, that dress, you know, the one that looks like your skin. There's this red dress I've had. Is it red and orange? It looks like body, right? And I just feel like I spent so much in that dress. I'm going to wear that dress for at least 5 years. Anyways, I wore it and it looked nice to me, but I just don't know how to explain it. When I put the hip pads, I was like, yeah, this looks even nicer.
Extra.
Anyways, I had a nightmare as well because I started thinking maybe I should have done it. If you're going to clock, did she have a BBL? Or why is Maz's hips looking like that?
Hips looking like mad.
That. So I had a dream that basically we had like a Pop the Balloon like TikTok video just going viral. And then one of the comments was, where did Mariam buy them hits from? And had like 10.7k likes. So I hope I'm not psychic.
I think she has now. I think she's definitely manifested it out because now I can see myself scrolling across TikTok and I will see like the clip of Mariam's hips are looking good. Eyes. You know, they like to do it with a compliment, or Maz is looking good with eyes, and they let the comments do the rest.
Yeah, 100%. But guys, I'm owning it. They were hip pads, and I'll send you the link, girls, if you want it.
Right.
But yeah, Pop the Bloom was really, really good. I enjoyed myself. And yeah, I can't really complain. I feel like, again, we need to be realistic in dating, guys, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
I took on the feedback as well, guys. I didn't talk as much. And guys, in the hotel, me and Adeola was really laughing because I got my script back, and then I think they obviously went off feedback, and then one of the comments was, the purpose of the host is to do something and not make it about them.
Yeah, it's like not make it about you, but about the couples.
Yeah.
I was just dying.
So was I.
I was just like, but you're Mariammusa. Like, how do I not make it about me?
But we took the feedback, guys. See, constructive criticism is fine, you know, as long as you want it to do good. So do good. So yeah, hopefully you guys, I've kind of like chilled it a bit more so that them lot can talk. But don't be crying if you feel like they're not talking, because when I was trying to make them talk, you guys were complaining.
Yeah.
So we took the feedback. I hope you guys will like the season. So yeah.
Yeah. And then we had our deep hit brunch. Oh no, it needs to stop calling it brunch. Maybe it's because we're destined to have a brunch soon too. 100%. But we had our deep hit and dine, which honestly, guys, it was so good.
Babe, I enjoyed myself.
If you've been living under a rock and you don't know what that is, we had our first live show eating experience. So our dolls got to come and have a 3-course meal while we basically gave them a live show with segments.
Yeah, and we were able to talk to them, do one-on-ones, and they were also able to get really involved, and it was a lot of fun, guys. It made me realize that we really have like genuine loyal like supporters. Yeah, because a lot of people were there that have been supporting and rocking from day one. Yeah,
before Deeper even existed.
Yeah,
so it was nice to see. And you know what, it was just nice to put faces to what the dolls look like. And our dolls, they are very pretty. They are smart as well, and they actually they come from good backgrounds. Like I would have hated to have a podcast and just had like scatty kind of riff-raff type of dolls, because it's like that's not my spec. So I don't know why people like that are listening.
Like where you guys coming from is like our representation really does show when it comes
through the people that listen. 100%. So it was really nice to see that reflected. Like, these are my girls. It was all girls. I mean, we didn't really try for it to be all girls, but no boys were in the building.
And I love the photo booth bit. Like we had a photo booth and people were just like taking
got an example. So if you're watching visually, I'm going to show you.
Show them.
So all cute branding with the deep hip branding. This is Mel. See, I be knowing Mel. So this is Mel, me, Mel and Maz. So we basically took pictures with everyone.
Yes.
And then this is my one. So everyone got one to take home. Oh, and if you haven't, we're going to send the link as well. So because I know we kind of was running out of time. So you can all get your pictures digitally as well.
The girls also got like goodie bags at the end, babe, when we were just taking the pictures of everyone. It was just nice to see the impact a bit, I think. Because behind it, you see the comments, right? The lovely comments that you guys like this. And then when you meet them face to face and they really F with you, just thinking, right, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and it was just, you know what? I think it was just, I really loved the vibe. It was very comfortable. I think it was comfortable for us. It was comfortable for our dolls.
We opened up as well, guys. Like, when we were telling you guys, we're not going to say what we're going to say. Genuinely, we were opening up about things. You'll just think, I'm not going to say that on the pod. So it felt like such a safe space between us and our dolls. So it was really good.
We got into some friendship talks. We got into relationships. Somehow this is what I'm saying. I just be oversharing. Like somehow I ended up talking about my breakup with the girls there. And it was just really nice because I haven't really shared that story. And it was just nice for the dolls to confirm, Adeola, you're not mad. Even though I knew I wasn't mad, but it's like, yeah, girl, like
you're not mad.
Goodbye. People like, obviously I feel like you lot pick up the vibe over audio and like listening to us, but in real life, like me and Maz are a vibe. We are them girls. We always been them girls. But in real life as well, we give that energy, and I feel like people do like can experience our friendship dynamic in real life as well.
Yeah, and just speaking of that, like I'm not sure if our dolls have seen the Darkest and Harry podcast, but people didn't deep how much of a vibe we were. Like the comments were so lovely. And I was thinking, how don't
like, where have you lot been?
Like this is us. Like, do you know what I mean? It was such a good thing. So it's kind of nice for people to start seeing us as like, you know what? They're actually our vibe. It's
right. Like, so yeah, guys, it's been a very busy week. You also announced her documentary, which will be out by the time this pod releases. So guys, please go and watch it. Talk about it. Just talk about it on Twitter at her on stories, and also at 4.0 Untold.
Yes, Untold. Yes.
But yeah, that's
the main thing.
We're really in our boss era bag.
Yeah, like it just feels like, you know, that ones there is like, wow, when I think of the beginning of our year, we were just talking about just like what we want, and it's weird that it's coming into fruition. I love that word, fruition. It's coming into
say
fruition.
it so calm, like
just don't stumble on it.
Don't stumble on it. Just cool with it.
So it feels good. Like I don't like just enjoy the journey in it. Like I feel like we're just enjoying the journey and trusting it more now. Definitely, like it's gonna be fine.
Literally, and even with Kunbi, like it's just been. Do you know what? It's been really good, and it's just like all these experiences I'm experiencing. Like, guys, it's really good. Like, and obviously I don't even want to talk too much either because like I do work with like colleagues and stuff, and some of them listen to the pod too.
Hi guys.
Yeah, hi. So, but it's been a really good experience. But where I'm at now is like. Do you know what's so annoying, babe? It's like, I don't want to be one of those brands that looks like they're always going through a rebrand, but low-key, yeah. Low-key, yeah.
But you're forever evolving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think, obviously, when it's not even, the rebrands are different. Yeah. It's not like, it's still the same, but I think as you, like, obviously have a brand and you, like, experience different things, and then you get to know your brand more from when you started, it's like, okay, do you know what? I think I'm going to change that. Like, I'm going to change the color scheme now, especially, like, when we're thinking of shoots and when I'm thinking of like how it pictures and all of that, I'm like, do you know what? I could just change it up and like play with a bit more color palette. So that's where we're at. We're currently rebranding the towel boxes. It was one of our favorites. So we're rebranding the towel boxes. It's making... Do you know what, guys? We've got a sign up. So if you guys want to take part in like just giving your input on color schemes that you'd like to see in your bathroom, color schemes you would like to see with Kunbi, we are like moving towards a very customer focused development.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to get your feedback on board. And then we're also doing like travel sizes of our towels, which will be really cute.
That would be really cute.
I feel like, because even like me, like when I'm packing to take my box down, I'm like, oh, I don't want to take the whole box. And it's like, but I can't do my skincare without my towels.
Would you do a subscription for the towels?
I want to.
Like, as in, so like they always get every month.
They don't have to wait.
They don't have to wait, and it could be like if you do the description, it'll be slightly discounted because they'll get out. Because that would be quite good because because it's reusable.
Literally,
you just want it to be one of a. I just
always have it stocked up.
Because there is obviously I don't know if we'll get this in, but there is this one product that I just keep forgetting to unsubscribe, and it just comes every month.
And you're like, oh, I'm not mad because I need it.
Because I need it, so it's kind of like low key, like.
Yeah,
it could be also
because even sometimes when I'm like, oh my gosh, I've run out, and I'm like, oh, I could just go to my warehouse, and I'm like, well, if I was you lot, and it's like, damn, I got to order
again,
because running out of that towel, guys, honestly, it's such an inconvenience when you it's part of your routine.
Because I'll be cutting in half to save it so that I don't use all one at once.
Yeah. So yeah, the travel size coming soon. So I think you girlies or guys will really love that. But yeah,
happy to hear. Like I can actually see. You're just like more confident with your brand. You're just taking on this new journey, and people are really invested in it now. So it's just it's good to see you, mum.
Thank you.
Have you seen anything on socials before we say the theme this week?
I've literally just been working hard, being such a boss babe. Oh my gosh, can I just say I'm gonna start calling myself a brat doll because we asked our dolls at the DEBRIEF to basically, describe us in one word, like just from listening to the pod, like what vibe and how do they feel like they know us just from listening to the pod. And a lot of people, someone was like, Maz is a Barbie doll and Adeola's a Bratz doll. And I said, so true.
Yeah.
So true. And obviously, because we call our dolls like DEBRIEF dolls, I'm like, yeah, baby, you're a Barbie doll. I'm a Bratz doll.
Yeah,
and it just makes so much sense. And now I'm just like, yeah, I'm a Bratz doll.
I'm a Barbie princess.
Right. But yeah, no, I haven't really been seeing much on socials. It's been going in.
Right. There was.
Apart from Beyonce. But there was this girl that done a 3-4 part story time of how her aunties unalived her family, basically her mum and dad, basically. So I sent it to you first because I was like, I'll just watch it. I wasn't going to watch it. I wanted you to watch it. Oh, did you send it to me?
Yeah, I sent it to you. And then after, I kept seeing people repost it, people doing like think pieces on it. So I thought, let me listen to it. Like, guys, I just couldn't believe how wicked and how sad. Like, you know how they say things like, you've got enemies outside. Nothing's worse than having an enemy inside that's actually your family, your blood. So I think you should introduce it because you're further away from Ez.
Oh, keep that energy over there. So for context, this lady told her story about her parents coming to the UK from Ghana. They were so much in love and they went to go live with her mum's sister, and then they moved on to live with another sister, but this one sister was basically jealous. Like she got them arrested when they first bought their house. When they first bought their house, she basically reported them, saying, because obviously you guys know, like back in the day when a lot of immigrants, especially from Africa, came to work, it was a lot easier to get away with just using someone else's name just to work.
But they didn't basically have papers, like
no, they had papers, but I don't think they had the right working visa thing.
The visa, okay.
Yeah, because let me not even start disclosing my own family's shit. But it's like, it was very common back then, and it was so easy to get away with because not everything was electrical. It was just all written down, and that's it. So obviously this auntie now reported them, so they lost their house, and the lady was her mum was pregnant as well, so she was pregnant in prison. The dad was also in prison. Guys, you really need to watch the story, but it's just it was getting worse and worse. And I don't want to ruin it just in case you guys watch it because it's just so deep. But for me personally, what I took from the story is that I just think you can't have jealous people around you, no matter how much you love them. Like whether that's your family or a friend or a work colleague,
even your partner, like any ounce of jealousy,
you should see it as jealousy. I think is one of the biggest, it's the biggest thing you just need to run away from, because the way it consumes someone and they can't help it. Someone, it's not something that is like, okay, stop lying or stop stealing. I feel like jealousy is just so in your heart. Anything you do, they're just jealous of it. And especially when it takes over their body, I just think, just keep away. And it just kept on. I just was so sad that they just didn't stay away from the mum's family the first time that she done something. I would have just started separating and just loving them from afar.
Because it was the first weird thing was when the auntie looked through her dad's stuff.
Yeah, that was strange,
weird.
actually.
Because why are you looking through my stuff? That would have been the first red flag. And I think when someone shows you they're weird, just don't give them a second chance. Jump away from it, because 9 out of 10, their weirdness just comes out later on into something matter. But I agree with Adeola, like jealousy, it's a weird one, because what is the difference between jealousy and envy? Because I was watching this TikTok and this guy was saying how jealous, it's normal to feel jealous, right? It's a emotion that as human nature
you like
naturally
feel it, and it
but it's
moves.
like envy is apparently more malicious,
like you're acting on the jealousy.
because you can be because I feel like you could be like, oh,
I wish I got that.
I wish I got that.
Or I wish
is that
and
jealous?
no, I think
jealousy?
Jealousy. No, I think like you could be jealous in a moment, and then 2 days later you're not still
Jealous
thinking about
anymore,
it.
yeah.
But 1 week when it's still on your mind and you can't sleep and you're thinking, how did they get it? And it's like, nah, they can't have it if I can't have it.
That's it. That's it.
That's the vibe it was giving me, and it was just especially like when you're acting on jealousy that you don't even have nothing to do with that story. It's not like you help them get it or like it's just scary. But also what I got from that story as well, I genuinely believe it was a spiritual attack as well.
Same.
Like, I don't know, especially like, I don't want to say especially like, but when you listen to the story, that was just more than just human, what you can see with your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, that was like, that person wanted, guys, no, I just feel like if you don't serve a God and you're really like, you need faith in this world, especially when you're getting attacked like that. Like, you can't be getting spiritually attacked and you're just open there naked and you're not even calling on God. Like, I just wanted, like, even when she was telling the story and I was just thinking at no point have I heard her say like, you know, like, God, or like we thought this was a bit strange, so we started praying, and I just knew that whatever that auntie is, like, she's actually a witch.
I got witch vibes as well, because we had this conversation on the way to the podcast where we were saying how like it's so scary, that feeling of like back home where when they see you living in the UK, or you've come from home and you've like changed your life around, there's this thing where they think it was so easy and don't deserve.
You're naturally better.
You're naturally better. You don't deserve to be in this position. And I think that auntie was thinking that, and it gave for me like she never wanted her sister to do better than her.
Yeah.
She never wanted that, and that's scary because
like she wanted her sister to stay under her
always. And I feel like if you love someone and you love your family, your best friend, it doesn't matter if they're doing better for you. You want them to you want the best for them. So I think that's I didn't like that. And then also, you know how I also believe that everyone should watch Blood Sisters. It's this Nollywood film about like one sister was jealous of the other sister, and the jealousy got her to basically unaliving her sister, ended up marrying the sister's husband. She wanted everything. Because they like it's jealousy, I think, is root of covetousness. So covenant is wanting something that someone else that's not yours. So I think that everyone should watch that. But it's scary to also feel like your blood can be jealous of you. And there's like we probably do a deeper talk about when did a family member was jealous of you or something like that. Like, you don't even know that there's stories out there where people aren't good friends with their family or have that relationship because they've just genuine rivalry and like all of that.
But family at the end of the day are human, and I feel like some people give their family too much grace just because they're family, and they haven't really like throughout your life. Sometimes I feel like, because when I hear certain stories, I just feel like throughout what you're telling me, like growing up with said person, they haven't even earned the relationship that you're craving for. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like friendships that people actually work to being someone's friend, and then sometimes it's just like, oh, that's my so-and-so, she's just like that. But it gets to an age where it's like, nah.
And you have to question, like, would you be friends with like would you have sometimes think like, would you be friends with some of your family members if you
could pick them?
And most times no. Some people you hear these stories like, I wouldn't be friends with you. Wait, was it I couldn't be friends with you if you weren't my like family member. Do you know what I mean? Like, we couldn't be friends, but we're just family. Like, if you weren't my family member, I wouldn't be your friend. That's what I'm trying to say. But I hate that. I always hope that when I have like more kids for heirs, there's never any like I'm a good enough parent to understand how to not make pin them against each other.
Like that,
feel like that. I really want to teach like loving yourself and knowing that you're uniquely you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter about what they're doing. Like,
yeah, I do think it does go back from back because I do think like in the African culture when you do have daughters and stuff, like they do. But when they're younger, they don't know what they're saying. You're naturally putting them against each other.
I agree with that.
Like you might be saying, "Oh, look, this one is married," or "Oh, look, this one has a class," or "Oh, you're very pretty," or "You're fat." Why can't you be like? Do you know what I mean? Those little things, like growing up, you shouldn't be
pinning against each other. Even my twin sisters, they have this podcast called The Social Stand, so check it out. They talk all things corporate, right? And one topic was like how they were twins and they were pinned against each other. And she said, she gave an example of how like one of them done really well in a maths GCSE. One of them done really well in the maths GCSE and the other one didn't. And I don't even think it was our parents. I think it was like friends and stuff. And they were like pinning them against each other. People too. And she was saying how like for her, she was obviously really upset that she didn't pass, but she was so happy that her sister passed. But the way people were putting pressure on her, it was as if she shouldn't be happy that her sister passed because she didn't pass. But it's like, just because I didn't pass. Right. So sometimes people how
you're raising your kids, you're putting in those kind of like...
installing the comparison
and stuff, and it's just no. So I do think our generation though is definitely moving away from that. So that was such a really sad story. And basically the saddest guys, you need to listen to it, but things happen to the mom, like missing limbs, the dad, like genuinely people feel like the dad, how he like passed away was because of genuine heartbreak. It gets deeper, like I don't want to say what happened because we don't want you guys to watch it, but let's and I think it should be the Untold something,
because if we can tell them to search it.
Okay, let me see.
And then obviously I'm sure in the comments some people will say like, yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, hold on, let me get what it is called.
And make sure you guys give yourself time for it, because these is like 25-minute videos.
Yeah, so the TikTok account is called The Unspoken Truth.
Yeah.
And I really do, maybe not, but I do wish like she kind of put the other family on blast a bit.
Same.
Because, and do you know what it is as well? Like, it's so sad when generational beef or generational, just like drama starts to get passed on, because now like the cousins are now taking on and they're not being there. Like sometimes when you've got a parent that's wrong, it's okay, but then again you don't even know how that person was even raising her kids or portraying that side of the family to her kids, and it's so sad. That's how families just literally just
but do you know what
never be.
But do you know what I always think? Do you ever feel like, you know how like once you say like for example you've got your family, you're gonna now start your own family. I kind of like that whole you get to start over. Do you know what I mean? You know like you can basically break what your family that's maybe toxic in your family, that and start your own family and like get rid of all those toxic traits. I like that you don't have
that's
to
what she was trying to do, but she wanted to have her cousins and stuff. Like it's fair well enough having your family, but you're the like you want to carry on your family heritage, and it's like obviously you're starting your new family and that's a new bloodline, but you still want to be with your bloodline and like carry that on, or like if you're having Christmas still have your cousins.
I don't think I'm a extended family kind of person. But
is that because you're not close to your cousins and that now?
Probably, but I think as well I don't have the capacity to, what's the word, I don't think I can give my all. You know how I said I'm someone that I give them all. I can't spend myself across to give my all. Yeah. But I feel like I have peace on my side of the family because we're all in the UK, not as in like my intimate family are in the UK and we talk. But obviously we've got families in Nigeria. Like I don't know.
That would be a bit harder. If you don't go all the time.
Yeah. So. Yeah, family's a hard thing. I just think if there's any, and I feel like you say you don't have to accept disrespect from family just because it's family. Like if there's weird energy you feel from a family member, sibling, you can always keep it as like high and by distant. Yeah, it's not by force. So yeah, that was the main thing I saw on socials. That was really eye-opening. I feel like we probably would have gone deeper, guys, but it's because we've got someone sleeping in the studio with us. So yeah.
But the theme of this week we had is when did you deep you were actually disrespected? Yeah. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I hate when I have those moments where like, you know, when you're just laying in bed like, they actually violated. I feel so disrespected, and you kind of want to go back and handle it a different way, but you haven't deeped the disrespect until a bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna get into your stories and see what disrespect you guys have been facing. So disrespect 1, a difficult disrespect. So I had been in a relationship with my partner for a couple of months. He had an 8-year-old child, which he told me about, and I was cool with, and the time came for me to meet them. I'm using gender neutral terms for the kid to protect them, lol. I heard so much about them, what they liked, what they didn't like, their personality, and when we met, we hit it off and everything was sweet. I didn't want the child to feel any pressure to call me anything other than my name, so I introduced as such. I was serious about this guy, and I knew that would also mean I would need to be serious about being in the child's life. So we started hanging out with the kid regularly on weekends, doing fun things and including them in our life a bit more. Then one weekend I noticed the child just doesn't come over. Then one weekend I noticed the child just doesn't ever call me by my name. Like, they don't even reference me. They would say, "Can you give me this?" rather than like, "Rebecca, can you give me this?" I spoke to my boyfriend and he says the child has done this before, and I'm actually lucky they haven't given me a slanderous nickname. Does it carry on? Oh no, that's it. Oh, that's it.
Oh. So
some of you, look, I don't think have had real disrespect before. I don't know, like.
So because the child, the
8-year-old just never calls her name, and then the dad was like, "Oh, Ez is up," and then
He's not. He's not.
not?
No, he's not.
Ez is so whiny these days, guys. Like, these kids just be so dramatic. Like, you want to sleep, just sleep.
Sorry, guys. Go on.
I'm trying to really find the difficult disrespect here. So maybe you can find it for me, Maz.
So she feels disrespected that she's seeing this guy. She really likes it. She's made the effort to you have a baby. Yeah. Now I'm putting my life. I'm being serious with your child, and you haven't basically made your 8-year-old respect me in the terms of auntie or Auntie Rebecca. Or, do you know what I mean? She's calling me outside of my. They're calling
me. She's just not calling her anything.
Yeah, that's just. But I don't think it's that deep. But that's just where she thinks is disrespectful. Like, you haven't respect me and my name.
I'm so no. Yeah. Like, if she was calling her like,
"You dumb bitch,"
yeah, or
ho,
or silly Billy.
Even that's not that bad,
right? Or, she's not calling you anything. It's just like, calm down. Like, and I feel like kids sometimes, like, when they have a mum and they know that's my mum, and they're just coming to the terms of understanding that mum or dad are not always going to be together, and then a new woman is kind of like acting like my mum but isn't my mum. They can be a bit, like, just silly, like, especially when you're watching movies growing up. They kind of like add to that little. What was that twin thing? When they swapped twins and then they started to plan to get their mum or dad together.
Parent Trap.
Parent Trap. Like, even all those kind of movies.
Babe, even my nephew, he keeps calling my sister by her first name. They test.
They just be cheeky.
So they're just. I personally don't think this one's that deep of a disrespect.
No. How is it 8 yet? No, please, y'all need to start reading our questions properly. We're asking for the biggest disrespect, and your biggest disrespect is from an 8-year-old child who hasn't called you anything.
Should we move on to the next one?
No. Sorry. Okay.
No, I hear it.
Second one. All right. Still love you though.
Yeah, we love you, doll.
So Maz has me reading all of them, so she owes me a day where she'll be reading it all too. Okay, second one. Hey girls, love the pod. I had a friend once that was just constantly disrespectful to the whole friendship group, and we had to communally cut her off. I think she would use us to fill her time when her closest friend were busy. She would and was always ridiculously late to birthday dinners outings to the point where it made things so difficult. We as girls are usually late, but we are talking hours behind. But we are talking hours behind everyone else with no explanation, and would be upset if we didn't wait / hold up everything for her. We found out that she was also chatting shit about us behind our back, so we cut her off quick.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
That is disrespectful. Yeah, no, I really don't like, lateness for me is like really irritating, especially Maz is smiling because she's always late, but especially when they don't really be communicating. And I could do an hour and a half, but when you're like hours on end, you don't respect me or my time, and people are saying it to you, and you do it all the time. It's not even it's not your birthday dinner. So what you should come in your bonnet if you have to. If you can just about brush your hair to be on, no one's looking at you. You need to be there before I get there. So have your flash ready to tell me how good I look and sing my entrance song to me. Why am I eating my dinner halfway through and then you now rolling in and everyone's like, oh yeah, now your hair. Stay at home.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's so rude.
Disrespectful. I think
if you haven't even told me beforehand,
you're gonna be late. Yeah, I think it's just like respect people's time, because it's kind of like, if I can make it on time, why can't you? If I can like manage my time to know that, okay, I'm someone that's gonna be late, that means I need to mentally give myself, like, be there an hour before the event. They tell me, because you're going to get there in that time as well. And
people that just don't know how to compromise, like, you want everyone to work on your timing, but you never work on anyone else's timing, because who made you the queen? Do you know what I mean?
I'd love to know, babe. I'd love to know. I think my I get why people get mad at time.
Yeah, but sometimes when it's like, Jet babe, yours is not all the time, and I can really honestly see her. She tries her best so much, and she's like, yeah, babe, and it's like, and you keep me updated. It's not like I'm waiting hours and every babe knows. And birthdays and stuff, like you're there, like you try, and if you're not, I would already know beforehand. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, Nah. For all the girls to know that, oh, she's like this and she always does this, means you're a repeat offender.
And even the talking back behind each other's back. Like, not nice.
That is disrespectful. Okay, third one. I'm not sure if this counts for the topic, but I feel like it was disrespectful. Maybe you girls can tell me if I'm wrong. I won an award at work for something, and my previous boyfriend didn't come to the award ceremony with me or really congratulate me when I came home. We'd been together for almost a year, and I'd been working towards this for a while, and it was a massive achievement for me. Maybe I had high expectations, but he was out with the boys, which is fine, but I would have liked some flowers, a dinner or drinks. Even a bloody cheers would have been nice. A card, I didn't get anything. He just said, well done, babe, when I told him. My friend came with me to the ceremony and was gassing me up. She was my personal hype woman, but I was so sad he couldn't even give me 10% of her energy. A few weeks later, we broke up for unrelated reasons, but I still think it was shitty and disrespectful. Let me know what you girls think, please.
Yeah, I feel like if someone can't celebrate you like that, if someone you're dating, disrespectful.
Yeah, I think it is disrespectful, but then I also think, like, what kind of person is he? Like, as like, sometimes you kind of know, not know, but I guess they hadn't been together that long, but it's like, some partners you're just like, ugh, you're so rubbish at this, and that's something that you need, whereas someone else, they would be okay with that type of receiving that kind of energy, but you're not.
But I still feel like when it's your partner or your friend's thing, like, you should be happy. You should have the energy, because it's you should be naturally excited for them. 100%. And I hate it's giving nonchalant and energy that.
And like, I feel like men like that always tend to somewhat be a bit not jealous of their girl, but they don't know how to celebrate them, because maybe they don't really have their ego. They don't really have that many wins, or like they want to humble you, or they just
that much of a big deal. When
they never want you to get too ahead of yourself, and it's just like, I think if you kind of gave us a bit more in your relationship, it could be like, was there a pattern of this in different ways, but then it just really highlighted in this moment, especially if you're saying you broke up a few weeks after something completely different to this. It's like, so what kind of man was he anyway?
Exactly. She kind of she didn't even let a good one go, just someone that, kind of guys I like. I love the guys that say their girl hits like 100 subscribers or something, they make it a big deal.
Yes.
Those are the best guys. I think it's sweet. They see the vision and they support. You want your man to always make a big deal out of everything
like
you do.
like you want a man that like your happiness is just their happiness too. Like, oh my gosh, my babe's happy. Like, let me even make it extra special. Like, yeah, let's go dinner. Like to celebrate you graduating or whatever. You're there going out with the boys. Why? I would even be pissed off that.
Yeah.
So that's your excuse.
That doesn't make sense. Have you ever had anything that you can think that it was like, nah, I felt really disrespected in this situation? Before we go on to like the question of the week.
I do have one, but I told the story at the
brunch
at the Deep and Dine. That was real disrespectful for me.
Yeah, I see.
Exclusive content. If you came, you came. If you're a doll and you were there, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I do remember this one time where I just felt it was really, it's kind of linked to yours, like when, like if you were there, you'll know. But there was, when I was at college, I was dating this one guy, right? And at the time, it was my turn to get presents. And you guys know me, I'm very flamboyant, extra. And he was a designer person, right? He loved designer stuff. And at college, like I was working in Costa, I couldn't afford the designer stuff. So, so I was like, oh, let me find an alternative version of the designer stuff, right?
Okay.
So I found an alternative version of these like LV trainers. I think they're Prada, babe. They're Prada, but they look like they're fake, basically.
What, is in fake Prada or dupes?
Fake.
So it said Prada on it, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
really
but I didn't think it was that deep then. Like I was thinking, oh, he's gonna like it. He won't even know the difference.
Okay.
So I obviously was there, and it was expensive for dupes, like fake shit, right? So it was expensive, and this is college, right? So I bought it, and I was so excited to give it to him.
Yeah.
And then he obviously got the stuff, and he was so happy. And then maybe a couple of days later, he letting me know like, oh, where did you get this from? And I was just like, does it really matter? Like, this is what you wanted. And then he was like, oh, I think it's fake. And I was just like, what do you mean you think it's fake? Obviously I knew it was fake. And and then babe, he cussed me out so badly. And I think, how disrespectful is that? Like, he was telling me, how you buy me fake stuff? I'm your man. I'll never buy you fake stuff. And I was thinking,
that could be what you done was low key.
Oh, what I did was disrespectful.
Low key, it could be seen as that.
But I was 17.
But it's like you didn't have to get it.
I know, but he really wanted it, but I couldn't afford it.
But I think if he really wanted it, he obviously really wanted the real ones.
Either way, I felt disrespected in that moment.
And he's probably gone to his boys like, yeah, my girl got me Prada. He's probably gone to wear it out, and then someone else is called out like, bro, why's your pee looking a bit cute?
Okay, I will.
And he's like, oh, yeah, my girl got it from me. Like, where did your girl get that from? Oh, I don't know, man. I'm gonna ask her.
Okay.
So he got disrespected outside because embarrassed because of
I
you.
get it, but I do feel like he didn't need to disrespect me by like making it so like it's the thought that counts.
But I think he was just letting you know he didn't do it in front of people.
Right. So I was disrespectful, guys.
Babe, if my man
got you fake shit,
got me, just don't get it for me.
All right. I might. My lessons.
Not you using that story as your big disrespect.
Babe, he really cast me out, and I think because of designer, I just thought it wasn't that deep.
Babe, yeah, I think he would have.
Now I know.
Yeah, if you got him other stuff.
Yeah, but he looked so good, and I just wanted to make him happy, but I just couldn't afford it, so I got an alternative version. But now I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I thought
Maz is so cute, honestly, because she really be trying to go out her way for people. So I know she would have been so excited.
And I really, them ones where you save that do extra shifts for that 300.
You save for the fakes. Oh, sorry. I mean, like, yeah. But yeah, in uni though, I feel like you don't really learn. Like, I don't think I knew much about fakes and stuff when I was in uni. Because I remember, babe, when I was in school, I had this Adidas jacket. And I didn't even know you could get fake Adidas jacket.
Yeah, from the market.
Yeah, because obviously, like that's before I never used to know that market was selling fake stuff because it doesn't say fake.
Yeah,
it's just like Adidas.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this Adidas jacket is bare cheap. Like, I see people wearing that. I want one, and it's cheap. Babe, I was wearing that black jacket, like, you know, the waterproof one with the gold on the. Yeah, like, I felt so cool. And then one guy was like, yeah, with your fake Adidas, and I said, huh. And I was like, he was like, yeah, because mine has this and yours doesn't. And I was looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's when I started to learn like there's actually fake stuff. But where do you lot learn about all this fake stuff
Facebook,
and that?
Facebook, babe. Facebook be said, but they said it like it's real. But I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't real, but I didn't think it was that deep at the time. It still looks real.
Yeah.
But
I think when you don't come from that kind of like, so when you're newly in it, you're just like, oh, let me get it for him.
Yeah, like back then, all my friends had Uggs, babe. Mine was Mark 1 Uggs.
Yeah.
So, but we grow now.
Yeah.
And let's move on to the question of the week.
Yes, what is the question of the week? So, what is the worst advice I've ever been given? And do you know what? It takes me back to the time I was in the studio making music, and I was with this producer, right? And I was going through my bars with him, and he was giving me advice, like saying, "Yeah, you need to say it more like this." Just Maz. He was telling me I need to say it more like this. He was giving me like ways to say, like, basically how to deliver my lyrics, and I just think that was actually one of the worst advices, because I was never good, and instead of him to tell me that I wasn't good, he just kept on trying to advise me on ways to be worse. And I think just so he could get more studio time out of me, and he was saying, yeah, if you do this, like, you're gonna kill it, all of this. Like, he was actually, like, when I think about it, and he produced some good ass songs for some good ass people, so I was thinking, wow, the fact he's even working with me clearly shows that he must believe in me. But what I deeped is that how I know that he didn't believe in his own advice, because when the songs would come out, you know how like every producer has their jingle? I wouldn't get his jingle on my songs, but it's like, but you made it. And I'll be like, but why don't I have that jingle? Because obviously it's like I want that jingle to flex, like, oh, look at who done my beat or whatever. And he'll be like, nah, like he's like, no, like we don't really do it on. And I was just like, it went over my head. But now that I really deep it, he never believed in me, which he shouldn't have, obviously, because it wasn't great. But I think he should have just said, Adeola, this is not your bag.
I think the worst advice I think was given was when I started my brand, was to leave it to a team to manage it, like as in give them like most of the responsibilities, because in hindsight now, I wish I had built each individual person in my brand. So you do outreach, you like grow a team basically. And I think when I launched that brand at the time, I had a team that I didn't really know like that help. And I think that's when so much people got involved. It became messy, and it just wasn't good advice, especially as someone that is just new in the game. So if I was to give anyone advice, if they're starting a business, I would always say, build your own team. Like, don't rush it. Like, start from the bottom, work your way up. But I think leaving your prized possession to someone else to run, I don't think is the best business option. That's me personally. I know it works for some people, but I wouldn't give that advice to anyone. That's my worst advice I'd say I've had.
But I was going to say, we didn't even talk about why we're wearing
our
cowboy-inspired outfits. Well, we are wearing cowboy-inspired outfits due to us going to the Beyonce concert. Mm-hmm. So we just thought we would wear it again today.
Just to mark it as a celebration, because when do you ever get to dress up as a cowboy?
Right, I would never wear a cowboy hat.
But I would, you know what I would wear? I'd wear these pants again and this leather top again. And
like just festival?
Yeah, no, just because.
Is it?
Say, for example, I was going out for the day, I'd wear it.
Like the day to do what?
Shopping.
Okay.
You not think I can wear it?
What, this top as well?
Maybe not this top, but definitely the trousers.
Yeah, the trousers I can see, yeah. The top is... Oh, is that Shein?
Yeah, my whole fit is Shein,
Yeah, mine is Jaded London. But yeah, oh my gosh, there was some tea I wanted to spill.
Oh my gosh.
So basically, you remember when I told you, like, I basically got into, like, a lot of mess with, like, the manufacturers that I was working with for Kunbi Skin the first time around. Mm-hmm. Well, it turns out that they were ripping off a lot of small businesses. They have over, because obviously I took them to court and everything, had a judgment, and then they basically tried to file for bankruptcy, and then found out they had like about 10 judgments against them. So I just thought, I'm going to let mine go, because clearly they really don't have the money. And yeah, they had over 500,000 pounds owed to people. He was basically finessing his investors. He was getting people to invest with like fake documents. So the documents were even fake. He wasn't paying staff. And what this guy does, guys, he's basically now he creates like new companies where it's like he'll set up a new company now where it helps like start up businesses in terms of development, branding and all that stuff. But he just basically, you won't get your products like that. This girl even spoke about it on a podcast where she didn't get her products, like same things that I was going through, or she'll get the product. She said that she got her glasses and some of them were half filled and stuff like that. And I was thinking, nah, this guy was really out here just scamming people. And so yeah, everyone needs to be really careful. And basically they have, I don't know how they've done it, but someone's hacked into the social account that I knew about. And when I first contacted the company, this was what they were under. So they put all their documents on there because he scammed so many people that these people find anytime he makes a new company, they will share it on that page just to be like, oh, stay away. There was even one time they shared his new company name that he came under, and I proper commented under it, and I was like, oh, you're a scam, because his name is Alex McLennan or McMillan, Alex McMillan. And I was like, oh, Alex, is this you? You're under a new company now after scamming loads of businesses. And then I saw that like my comment got removed, and I was like, oh, so it is you. But I want to put the page out there, because I find it mad, because he's still coming, like he's still creating new companies, and it's so crazy how people can just do that. Like do stuff like that and then just create new companies and stuff like that. But if you want to keep up with the details, guys, if you're looking for manufacturers in the UK, especially if you're looking for ones in the UK and you think you found one in the UK, just make sure this man is not behind it, because I'm telling you now, you will go through hell. But it's called Bazik Manufacturing. This is the page now that shares all the new accounts that he makes, and I think someone's even trying to make a documentary about him because of how
babe,
crazy.
you should make the documentary.
Babe, do you know what? Yeah, because of how mad he's been. But yeah, this is the Instagram, BESIQUE space manufacturing, and they've even got a picture of him as the DP as well. Yeah, and they've put goon over it, babe.
Oh my, do you know what's so crazy? Out of all the situations, it's kind of like, why must I be the one to meet? Like, I'm just trying to set my business up. Babe. Do I get this person? Babe,
and I'm just thinking, I'm so lucky, like the way, obviously, like, thank God that I was able to somehow come out of the situation and still revive my brand. But some people literally put their all.
Like, see, baby, see how we had that conversation, how like certain things happen to me and I can deal with it.
Yeah.
And then certain things happen to you and you just can deal with it.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. I feel like you can deal with stuff like that. Like, you won't give up. You'll keep going.
Yeah.
I would just be on the floor.
I don't know how I done it, but it was hard though. But I'm just like, well, like some people give their last penny, like, because obviously they're so sure that they're gonna get a return, especially when it comes to like, well, if all I have to do is sell 200 products, for example, and I'd make back my money and more. They're ready to put everything in, and he's taking money. One mum was like a single mum, and she put all her money into it because they share the stories on the page too. And I was just like, no.
Did you share yours?
No.
You should.
I can't be asked. But I follow it, and I always keep up with the new page, and I always report the new page. Because like you don't, even though they share stories, they keep it private anyway. So it doesn't really matter. It's just another 10th, 15th story. But yeah, crazy.
Oh, I hate that, man. People are just so evil. Like, honestly, everyone's trying, and I feel like certain things that are illegal, I can hear it, but other things I'm like, nah, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
With that one.
Some people just know like loopholes and how to get away with certain things because they've just like I guess they've literally studied how to scam and get away with things, so they're really good at it. So they know how to maybe not get arrested for this if they do it that way, etc., etc. So I think that's one of that. But one day he's gonna take it too far, and I'll see that Netflix documentary. Or if I'll be like, yeah, I'll give my story.
I'll tell him.
I'll tell, because he honestly a big joke.
Nah.
But yeah, guys, I think this is the end of the episode.
This has probably been our most mellow episode.
Yeah, we've had to speak very calmly for Ezzy Boy.
Yeah, but don't worry, next week we'll be back to the top high end energy.
Yeah, because Maz said she's banning him from coming to the studio now.
I think I'm gonna. Do you know? It's because the time we shoot is dead on his nap time. So
Yeah.
he gets excited and then he wants to sleep and then he doesn't want to sleep and then
Yeah.
So and I always feel really bad because our producers aren't babysitters. So I'm like, they didn't take on this job role.
Yeah.
So yeah, but next time, hopefully next time he comes, I hope it'll be a good time. Like he's more chilled and you can.
I do want to say though, guys, we are going on a little break, but you won't even notice it because we have pre-recorded and we've got some fire guests. So we've got our first guest. We've got two guests.
Yeah.
Our first and second guests, which they're really top end guests. Obviously, we've already mentioned one, the Receipts Pod. So, and then we've already said the other one on Old and Bold Pod.
Oh, yeah.
So you do know what you have to look forward to. But in terms of like hot topics or trending things from this point on, we might not be able to, you know, gist with you guys, but when we come back, if it's still hot or we really have something to say, we will catch
you guys up.
But we just kind of just needed
a break,
just a little wussa.
Because I think since we started, I don't think we've had a break.
No,
like
unless we've had to, like when I went locked in, or maybe you've gone away, but it would be like it would be like bulk filming.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, Adeola, but I am excited for just a week off. Is it 1 week, 2 weeks? How many weeks is it?
So we'll be back at the end. So we'll be back filming at the end of June. So anything, that happens in June, we're just basically not going to be able to gossip with you guys.
And also, when our guest episodes do come, if there is anyone that you guys are dying for us to talk to that we haven't had on, just leave it in the comments section as well. And
please don't say no stupid people. Obviously, like I understand that, you know, we do the pod for you lot, but like the vibe of our pod isn't to have guests that's gonna like, if you want to see their interview or know about like their life like that, they've done the interview already, and we're not here to give you general interview vibe.
You know how guys like how we are? Imagine that with someone else that we could all be friends with.
How would you want you basically want to see our dynamic with their
a group friendship,
right? So give us some good guests on the comments, share it, and it's just been a good time, really.
Yeah, guys.
Oh, you waiting for me to do it?
Yeah.
I feel like I've spoken
a lot today. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I will say, guys, like I have to give it to Adeola. She's had to step up when I've had to go into mum mode. Even on the when we were at the branch, our It Dine, like Ez was crying. Like there was moments that I couldn't really focus. And Adeola would just lead it and take it over, and I join in. And it's really nice to know that you support on that. And also our Deep It doors really understood, so it was really nice. But you guys know you can make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all our social apps at Deep It Podcast. No, Deep It Pod. And then also we are on the road to 50k.
Yes, we are.
And then we are on the road to 15k on TikTok. We're on about 11 point. Last time I checked was 11.2.
We're over 12 now.
Oh wait.
Yeah, I think we should just be en route to 20k.
Yeah, I was gonna say TikTok road to 20k, and
Instagram road to 10ks. Instagram's a bit slow.
Yeah, Instagram will take its time.
Yeah.
But TikTok, I think we're on that snowball slowly picking up. But where can I listen to us, Adeola?
You can listen to us on all audio platforms. Leave us a comment, leave us a review, share it, and we'll see you guys next week, guys. Bye guys.